Warning, warning. Two idiots are being reincarnated into another world with the ability to read and write. Please cover your ears and await further instruction.
Content warning. The article featured in this episode has mentions of sexual assault. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello. Welcome back, my tan lovelies, to Discovering SCP.
He really wants to call y'all his lovelies.
No, that was different. That was a different phrase. That was tan lovelies. This is more personalised.
You said tan lovelies again.
What do you mean?
You said tan lovelies both times.
No, the first time I said it in the other video, I just said lovelies. Now it's tan lovelies.
No, you also upgraded it.
I considered tan lovelies. I prototyped it. This is the real deployment.
Of tan lovelies.
Of tan lovelies. I'm trying to build like some parasocial relationships. If you'll just let me.
Tan lovelies versus Darnell nasties. Choose your side.
Darnell nasties.
Darnell stinkies.
You sound like you're attacked the fucking Mickey Mouse Clubhouse.
the Darnell nasties and the tan lovelies.
They killed Goofy.
No, I would kill Goofy. No, I wouldn't.
Imagine like a serious fucking like war arc for Mickey Mouse Clubhouse.
Mickey, watch out! And I fucking stab him through the chest. I go, this really was a surprise tool that assisted me later.
You dying with such a serious expression on your face. What happened to your name, Goofy?
Can you do a Donald Duck voice? I cannot.
Goofy! No, I can't either.
You did it way better than I could.
Goofy! You fucking dumb! Goofy, no! They'll pay for this.
You're really good at these. God damn. I'm
a Disney adult. I go to Disney theme parks every day.
Really?
I sleep. I have like I'm like what's he called from Portal? Ratman.
What's Ratman?
You know the guy who like leaves all the graffiti and Aperture Labs in Portal.
Never.
I'm like that, but I live in Space Mountain.
Maybe you are a Disney adult.
It's not. It's fucking Portal. You stupid fuck.
What's Portal?
He's trolling. Surely he's trolling.
What's Portal?
You know Portal.
Do I? I know
GLaDOS?
the concept of portals.
Wheatley?
GLaDOS? What's a GLaDOS?
Shell? Ratman?
Shell. Ratman? I've never heard of any of these.
He's simple.
Although, I was wondering.
I'm gonna fucking cultivate on you, by the way, if you keep doing this.
I was wondering if you'd want to come over later for some cake. Smile.
I would, but the cake is a lie.
That was my epic joke. That joke would have killed in like 2004 or 2008. When did Portal 2 come out?
What's Portal 2?
Hold on. Portal 2 release date. I really didn't know what Ratman is, though. I'm not deep enough on the Portal lore. Oh, God, Portal 2 came out 2011.
No, it couldn't be.
That's more recent than I thought. That's 13 years ago, though. Do you remember when Portal 2 came out?
I do remember. I played it. I loved it. It made me happy. It's the emotion I feel so rarely.
How come we don't play Portal 2?
Well, it's sort of a completed experience.
What do you mean?
Well, there's the multiplayer, I guess, but the single player is what people always played for, really. Why don't we play Elden Ring? We kept talking about playing Elden Ring, but you didn't want to. What's going on?
I love Elden Ring.
Let's play it.
Play Elden Ring. All right. Well, thank you guys for watching. Yeah, this is sorry. My mind. I've had a headache all day, so my head's.
It's been another hot day today in the UK. If you must know, it's been sunny, and I've been sunbathing. I've been enjoying the day very much, actually.
I'm glad. This is the first time you've ever seen the sun, so your skin might darken a little. You might get some tan.
Maybe it will. Maybe it will. Maybe I can become my ultimate form, Tantony, in the true synchronization.
I drank like 5 glasses of water, and I took like a multivitamin, and my head still fucking hurts. I don't know what's going on. But my ibuprofen's all at the office, so I don't know what to do, because I don't want to go shopping, because I'm lazy. Can you fix it?
I can send you my energy, but maybe it's incompatible with you.
Did you know that Portal 2 has a 9.4 on IMDb? I didn't even know you could rate video games on IMDb.
IMDb?
Yeah. It's like 10 out of 10 on Steam, 95% Metacritic, 9.4 out of 10 on IMDb.
What a fucking maniac.
I think it's this people like this game.
They do. It's a good game. It was.
What about Portal 1? Did people like Portal 1?
They did. That's why Portal 2 came out. They really liked Portal 1.
I'm gonna look up Portal. Let's see. Portal.
It's a real game.
Portal. Yeah. You can play it on NVIDIA GeForce now. Free membership.
I'd rather die.
Oh, you don't want to play Portal?
No, not on NVIDIA GeForce. I'm going to play it on my terms.
It's no Portal. It is funny to me that, like, it's like the de facto Valve Steam game, and the first thing I see is, like, play it on NVIDIA GeForce.
Yeah, I'm loyal to Gabe. You give me so much.
Gabe's been good to everyone.
He is.
He's, like, the only rich person I trust. Not that I still think there should be super rich people, but, like, I feel like I could comfortably live under his reign. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like he could sell like some of my parts.
Always giving out sales, always giving out refunds when companies try to do fuck shit. Seems like a chill guy.
A new Jenny Nicholson video came out, so that's like a national holiday, I'm pretty sure.
Whoa, I haven't seen it. What's it about?
It's the Disney Star Cruise. And then we're coming back to the Disney adult theme.
Oh, so that's why Disney was on your mind?
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Did you already watch it?
I watched the first 20 minutes of it. I ration it out, you see.
Well, to be fair, as much as I love video essays, they're not really a watch together experience. Yeah. They're like a you lie down in your bed.
It's 4 hours long,
like,
so absolutely not.
Yeah. Could you imagine how psychotic it would be to like invite over a date for a movie night and it's just a video essay?
Babe, she's got a numbered list.
I feel like that either leads to like a really solid relationship or the worst first date story of all time.
Well, maybe love.
It could be love. Could be love.
But what are we talking about? We're not even. It's not even a matter of us being distracted by talking about something else. We're talking about like 5 different things and like pinballing between them.
Yeah, I don't know. My head, like I said, is kind of wonky today. But sorry for the delay, by the way. Last week, a personal matter came up for me. That was on me. I don't want to talk about it, I think, on video, but I appreciate your guys' patience. Sorry for the delay. We will finish this SCP and then maybe do another one, God willing. We were on Investigation Materials Volume 4.
Yes.
Last time, if you need a brief recap, there was an SCP. Everything she wrote down came true, like Alan Wake. She was murdered. So they've been investigating different people.
It was a locked-room mystery. And now, Cliffhanger discovered it's a guy who can walk through walls. So...
Yeah. Yeah, I love that. There's like, it's a closed room mystery. He could have done. He's like, did you talk to the guy who can walk through walls?
It's like, I'm getting a brain all the jigsaw pieces are clicking into place now.
It's like the fucking Sherlock Holmes graphics.
It's like, I'm seeing words flying around me. I don't give a shit what it is. I enjoyed Sherlock. And no one's going to take that away from me, because I did.
Can we watch Sherlock together? Can we watch anything together? We still are only on episode 2 of Fallout.
It's because you keep wanting to... Because I'll mention another series in passing. Let's watch that!
Well, maybe I just like the act of spending time with you. Did you ever think about
spending time together right now?
Hmm? What?
Spending time together right now.
I guess.
You're spending time with me and all of our personal friends. I'm talking to you, the one listening specifically.
We all love you, and you should hunt down where we live and come find us.
You specifically, I consider an actual real-life friend. My best friend.
Yeah, and I've been waiting for you to find me and mail me anthrax. Don't do those things. Don't do those things. I want you. I'll know that you've understood my hidden message because you'll start by following me from a distance for several weeks, taking photos, tracking what I've been up to, and then on the final day, I want you to come into my home and say happy birthday and stab me to death. Do you think I got the message across? Or was it too
absolutely.
Please don't do any of those things, by the way. And I must put a warning on the screen that says "Do not do these." Maybe with a little siren noise. Okay. Anyway, are you ready to read?
Absolutely.
Okay. You're the reader.
Oh, I'm the reader.
This is Nathan.
I got reincarnated into a fucking world as a reader.
I'm an author from another world.
I'm the only person in this fantasy world that can read. It's useless because if no one can read, no one can fucking write.
It's gonna say.
So it's pointless. A pointless ability.
No, it's a good ability. You can teach them language.
Oh yeah, I can rule over them.
Yeah.
Would that be considered like?
Can I say something real here?
Okay.
Let's
get ready to censor
everyone learns how to read, obviously. I learned how to read. It obviously, I think it might have come a little bit more natural than me. I just like read a lot as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
If I was stuck in like a society that didn't have like literature, right? Like it was like we don't have a written language, I would have no fucking clue how to teach anyone how to read or write. Like the fact that we as a society have somehow done that is insane to me.
Yeah, I would go insane, to be honest.
Imbue the concept of language without it already existing.
I need my fiction and oral storytelling just won't scratch that itch.
Here's all the sounds they make and all their meanings. Like, how do you even begin?
I would say screw it and use the other powers I received upon reincarnation to sort of rule over them as some sort of demon lord.
No, here's what happens.
Well, maybe I can be a demon lord by teaching them evil language.
You reincarnate, and the goddess gives you 3 choices, and whichever one you pick, you don't get the other 2.
Okay, what are my 3 choices?
One
I'm waking up in the Konosuba room here after I got hit by a truck.
One is the system, as you know it.
Out of spite, I would never choose the system.
The other one is powerful magic, and then the third one is the ability to read. And if you don't choose that one, you forget how to read and write.
Can I relearn how to read and write?
No.
Powerful magic, how powerful are we talking?
We're talking higher, like, we're talking like the shit that the mage lady in Konosuba can do.
But I can do it continuously. So I'm OP, is what I'm understanding.
You're OP. Well, yeah,
I'm above the power balance in this world, is what I want to know, with the powerful magic.
In the power balance of this world, you're on the stronger end, but you're not in the end where you could be the demon lord without training.
This powerful magic... Oh, so training, I can improve further on this, then. That's not my 6th level.
Yes. Yeah.
It's kind of bullshit that 2 of these give me something, and one of them lets me keep something that I already have.
The secret is if you get good enough at magic, you accidentally unlock the system anyways.
Oh, maybe that's in my list, then.
You like start. Could you imagine how pissed you'd be if like your whole life you're studying and you're learning magic and it's this rewarding endeavor, and then you get good enough and it goes, you've now gained access to the system, level up.
And I'd be like, great, you killed it.
You ruined it.
Never mind. I throw my magic stuff away. I don't want this shit.
I'm gonna go get a job.
I'm a farmer now.
I'm a yeoman.
My party is like, what, are you insane? Fuck it.
Please, the demon lord, he's coming without you. If you spawned in a new world and you had OP powers, but everyone immediately demanded you had to save them, would you save them or just do what you want?
Sorry, run that by me again?
So, you reincarnate in a world.
Okay.
You have crazy isekai powers.
Yes.
But the first thing is people are like, we summoned you here to save us from the demon lord or whatever the fuck. Would you do it or would you just go do your own thing?
How scary is the demon lord?
I think it's a real threat.
A real threat to me as I am summoned?
Yes.
Is it going to be like a fun adventure?
You could also lose horribly. Maybe.
Will I enjoy the experience?
At least one of the party members will be a cute girl. But, one
cute?
of them might also be a snarky asshole.
Is she also cute?
No, that one's a he.
Is he
the rest
cute?
of them are men. Yeah, he's cute.
You see, inclusive. Sounds like it might be... maybe.
Now, alright, now, same scenario, but instead of, like, cute girl and snarky guy, your party is full of monks from Planet of the Apes, the reboot series.
Monks or monkeys? What do you mean by that?
Monkeys, my apologies.
Why did you abbreviate to monks?
I don't know.
To take out 2 letters. And to make it confusing. Well, absolutely. If I've got fucking monkey, absolutely.
And they're the Planet of the Apes monkeys too, so they can talk and they're cool and shit.
Fantastic.
They have aura.
Absolutely.
Go apes together.
So is the whole world inhabited by monkeys, or just my party?
No, just these specific. These were also summoned. They were summoned from the film franchise.
That's so fucked up. It's like they're
like
from another world to help out the guy we actually want.
Well, they're like, we looked through the literature of your world and we realized these were your greatest heroes.
You mean the films, the movies?
Yeah. Sorry, we got confused on cinema and literature.
That's no problem. Why don't you summon the train from that movie that scared everyone?
What movie?
The movie with the train, where it comes towards the screen and it's real.
What?
The first thing, you know.
No?
It was that the old-timey movie where it's like a clip of a train coming towards the camera, and everyone got frightened.
I have no clue what you're
You
talking
know what I'm talking about. I've referenced it before.
Can you link it to me? Well, is it on streaming?
Well, it's like a few seconds long, so no.
Oh. Well, then I probably haven't seen
It's
it.
a black and white clip of the train coming towards the camera, and people in the cinemas didn't know about movies, so they thought it was about to come through the screen, and they went gone crazy.
Through screen. I'm looking this up now. Did a silent film about a train really cause audiences to cause a stampede? Oh, this was real.
Yeah, I'm not lying. They should have summoned that train. I got reincarnated in another world's train.
But then it would have just terrified everybody.
The demon lord would have been terrified.
Slams into you, kills you instantly.
Well, in summary, yes.
You do it?
Yeah, sure, I'd do it. I mean, I'll give it a shot, mate. If it was too hard,
I need you to fucking read this article.
Okay.
Now.
I mean, like, if it gets too hard, I'll abandon the quests midway through.
So over.
Is that you about the reading, or like the made you summon me?
Are you a quitter? Hold
Yes.
on. I want you to read this SCP, but now I'm curious. So like, if you
I'd give it a fair shot.
Well, what's a fair shot for you though? Like, how much of a quitter are you in your normal life?
Let's say if I fought the Demon King in the first time, he like beat the shit out of me, and like I died for like a minute to demonstrate how strong he is, I would not go back for round 2.
Ooh. What if he killed someone you love though? What if he killed the cute girl in the party?
Well, am I gonna fucking go about it? He killed me too.
They'd be like, you have to avenge her, and you'd be
It's
like,
like,
no.
you saw what just happened.
Bro is not an ethereal space character. His plot is not propelled by losing a loved one.
I mean, like, I've only been in this world for like half an hour. I don't think I love anyone yet.
Well, what if? Okay, so let's say it's been 6 months.
Okay.
You've been traveling. You've been liberating Demon Lord territory, but you finally get to the king, and he kills her, and he beats your shit in. What do you do?
So how badly did he beat us?
You lost a party member. He
No, I
beat
mean,
you so
like-
bad it was humiliating.
Oh, it was humiliating. So it was like the power difference was massive.
You got a few licks in on him, but you also like lost a couple fingers, I think.
Okay, well, if I got a few licks in, I wouldn't go for like a duel again, but maybe like some sort of unfair assassination.
You did that thing where you were fighting and you like scarred his face, and then he like killed someone you cared about.
Okay, well,
Like,
yeah,
that's
I
what
would
you
come
get
up
for
with some
scarring
sort
my
of
face.
bullshit like method to guarantee success that's dishonorable to the extreme.
That's my boy. That's what I wanted to hear.
And then it's like
that's what it takes to be a hero.
then when he's like melted in a cauldron or whatever, it's like, you saved us. I'm like, I wouldn't say saved.
That should be its own
More like
series.
under new management.
It's the dishonorable hero, and he's got like a goblin slayer mentality, right? But it's because he lost his last isekai, so he's being.
We just got hit to another one
about it.
I once had an
Actually, I
idea
think that's
for
just
an
the plot of
isekai
overly cautious
series.
hero.
I had an idea for an isekai series. It was like grimdark isekai, where
How does it work?
he gets an isekai, right? So he's like, "Oh, we've summoned you to this world, hero. Let's go, let's stop the Demon Lord." And you go outside. Demon Lord minion shoots an arrow, kills him, and he isekais to another world, and he just keeps dying.
Your world. Oh,
And goes to other worlds.
each world's worse than the last.
Exactly.
Yeah, he gets to one world where it's just like darkness and, like,
And then he
shades
gets
and
to one
freakish
where he's-
eldritch creatures.
Where he like saves the world, everything goes grey, he goes into old age, dies, isekais to another world.
And it's another horror world.
Yeah.
It's 10 times worse than any other.
Yes.
Have you ever watched Regular Show?
No. We need to
That was
read
a
this
great
fucking
one.
article.
Yeah, please read it.
Okay. We can't talk about the regular show. Item number.
Alright.
SCP blank. Object class Euclid. Special containment procedures. SCP blank is to be held in a standard humanoid containment chamber, fitted with a Scranton reality anchor which should be active at all times. In case of SRA malfunction or ineffectiveness, the SCP is immediately sedated and kept under sedation until effective containment can be reconstituted. Description. SCP blank is a 34-year-old humanoid entity capable of passing through solid matter at will. The SCP was known as Robert Gates and was resident in Carlisle, United Kingdom. The SCP's anomalous properties are limited to its body and clothing, and do not extend to other objects. Testing has not revealed any limits to the material through which the SCP can pass without effect. For full details, please review the test logs below. Oh, Christ. Prior to Foundation...
Just say sexual assaults. We don't need to be more
Prior to Foundation attainment, the SCP was implicated in sexual assaults of more than 30 women. Victims were typically assaulted in their homes, no evidence of entry or egress by the SCP. Several victims were attacked on multiple occasions over a period of weeks to a month. The SCP displayed evidence of pronounced antisocial personality disorder and narcissistic personality disorder. We trail off.
Interview transcripts. Do you want to be the SCP or Agent?
I'll be the SCP. I'll do my best like Hannibal Lecter impression.
Okay.
I know why you're here.
Do you?
You want to know whether I killed her, Emma? Whether I slid that knife between her ribs and watched her life pour out?
You trying to impress me with how much you know?
Are you trying to conceal your fear by acting tough, Clarice? No. People talk, detective. Especially when they're around what they think of as animals or furniture.
And you want to be recognized as human?
Oh, I'm quite comfortable being called an animal. Especially by prey.
Even a predator is harmless if it's caged.
And you think I'm caged, do you? You think I can't walk out of here whenever I want? Do whatever I want?
Your testing log suggests otherwise.
Your precious reality anchors, I presume. I can tell you what they're worth, detective.
Hello, why not leave right now? Hello, detective. Why not leave right now? Impress me.
You tell yourself that I can't, but there's a part of you that isn't so sure. You actually want me to show you. Even if I walked straight through that wall, at least you have certainty. You would have something to hold on to. But I can't be held, detective. I don't want you impressed. I want you doubting.
That sounds like an excuse.
And why is your voice wavering? Everyone thinks they can conceal it, but predators sense fear. You can't hide from me, detective. No one can.
Did you kill Emma Hastings?
Right to the point. No smart comments. Fine. I can satisfy your curiosity. No, I did not kill her. Frenzied stabbing is not really my style. It's so erratic, so uncontrolled.
Did you attack her? Try to assault her?
No, her anomaly was quite limited, but there was no... This is like a stand ability. Her ability, her anomaly was quite limited, but there was no need to risk interaction with it. There are plenty of weaker targets here for me. Plenty that no one will miss.
You were scared of her then?
No, detective, but I have read her test logs. Dr. Yao really shouldn't leave files lying around in her quarters at night. Emma might have tried to threaten me with her abilities, such as they were. I wasn't scared of her, but she wouldn't have been afraid of me.
And it's fear that you get off on, of course.
Of course! You can't possibly know what it's like, knowing that they're always thinking of me, looking for me, never feeling safe, not behind walls, not any time. I break them, and I can watch them crumble. Because of me. I am part of them. Always.
You're a sick bastard.
That sounded quite emotional, detective. Are you imagining how they felt? Do you want to know how it feels? I don't want to say
Jesus
that
Christ!
I don't want to say that bit.
On one hand, I can understand that these.
I don't need to open someone
have their
up.
Place and go ahead.
I don't need to open someone up with a knife. I can just reach right into them anywhere.
I was going to say, on one hand, I can respect that these topics have some place in story, but in our podcast, I don't feel comfortable reading these things aloud. But you will know what they are.
That's not worth saying this.
Yeah. That's enough. You're no use to me.
Oh, I'll think of you when I next walk through the site. Tell me, detective, where do you sleep? Oh, Agent O'Connor is a woman, by the way, so if we recall, she was like the one brought in.
Oh, I forgot. Oh, that makes that all the creepier. Oh, dear.
Interviewed Site Director Evelyn May.
Sorry to disturb you, Director.
No, it's fine, Agent. I appreciate it. Wait, this is the same voice. Let me change it. No, it's fine, Agent. I appreciate the importance. It's just... Have you ever had too much to manage, to be completely worn out, and then more and more disasters pile up? I mean, yesterday, someone opened a way just outside the site grounds. A massive security risk. I can tell you no one went in or out, but it's still a huge amount of paperwork. Anyway, that's not your problem. How can I help?
Well, it's a slightly sensitive matter. That way is going to be important later, by the way.
Oh.
The fact that you just casually mentioned it. Well, it's a slightly sensitive matter. I'm wondering whether you could authorize me to review the SRA recordings for Wing G. I want to see whether there have been any malfunctions or unusual activity.
How did... Oh, of course you did. You got what you wanted. I guess you may as well know. Rice will have my arse for this, either way.
This is purely for my investigation.
Yes. Sigh. Yes, there have been some issues with the anchors in Wing G. Some malfunctions, even some outright failures. I admit I have been limiting dissemination of that information, editing the security reports. I didn't think there'd be any problems, but now, God, do you think it's connected? The Gates had something to do with 5002's murder?
I'm not sure. The SCP could go through walls, but he couldn't have brought a knife with him.
Perhaps it was already in the cell. 5002 may have stolen it.
Perhaps. But I'd like to review the records in any case.
I'll see what I can do. I can tell you there was never an issue with 5002's anchor. The inside of her cell was anomaly free.
I get, like, oh, we want to fudge the reports so we don't get in trouble. But if you have the guy who can go through walls and your reality anchors aren't working, that's maybe worth telling somebody. I do think it's funny. I don't know if it's just new in later articles or if we've just been reading them recently, but I kind of like the idea of, like, oh yeah, the reality anchors just stop working sometimes. These things are pieces of shit. Yeah. The inside of her cell. What about the walls?
No, I don't think the anchors extend beyond the chamber interior. But the SRA issues only affected other cells. There's 2 FCPs on the unrequired chambers, perhaps. 5002 was definitely contained. The record should confirm that.
Thanks. Can I also request the latest psychiatric evaluations from Wing G?
I can get you the summaries, at least. May I ask why you need them?
Dr. Yao mentioned that a junior researcher might be under some stress.
Oh, that sounds like Karen. Always a soft heart.
I had the impression that the source of that stress might be you. Did you put
She really is
pressure
a
on Dr.
Karen.
Yao and her team? Did you put... She immediately, like, goes into her fucking Persona 5 palace.
It's like, fine, steal it if you can.
Turns on the
My
reality
2
anchors. I had the impression that the source of the stress might be you. Did you put pressure on Dr. Yao and her team to results? Ooh, typo. I assume to get results from SCP-5002? Requests for updates, memos, that sort of thing.
Well, maybe, but I don't think it was anything beyond the ordinary. It's not like Karen's results have been immediate, but I have no issue with that at all.
Despite your connection with the SCP, I read you were part of the team that identified Emma Hastings as the source of anomalous effects, and you supervised her original recovery.
I've been involved in the analysis and recovery of many anomalies over my career, Agent. I hope you're not accusing me of anything.
I'd just like to rule you out.
Are you accusing me, Detective?
Objection! I'd just like to rule you out. Your clearance means you have access to the containment chambers and the security recordings across all wings.
But only once the camera footage and door records are sent up from the wings. If I had been there, Karen and a security officer would have seen me on film and seen my keycard access.
Even at level 5, hadn't realized that. Thank you for your help, Director. Finally, just for completeness, could you please tell me where you were after midnight on the 14th?
I was travelling back from a meeting in London. I arrived back at the site around 3 a.m.
Can your driver confirm that?
I wasn't using my driver, Agent. This was a private meeting.
I'm sorry. May I ask who the meeting was with?
It has nothing to do with the Foundation.
I would like to confirm with any attendees, if possible.
Fine. I'm surprised the Dean didn't tell you this as well. If you must know, I was meeting with my divorce lawyer. The mediation is coming up in the new year, and he wanted to plan. I'll give you his details.
Sorry to pry, Director.
No, it's okay. I know it's your job. It's just... I'm tired, you know? Peter and I, we weren't able to... We lost our daughter, Agent O'Connor. We has tried, we both did, but... Well, the mediation's in January, so I was in London, and then back to the site.
And then to sleep.
Eventually, yes, until the alarm at 6, and the next day is catastrophes to deal with. Would you believe I already had 3 other emergencies on my desk by the time Dr. Yao calls?
Ooh, that should be a question mark. Starting to see why this didn't get 5,000.
Damn, girl.
That's a lot in just an hour.
No, it was a bit longer than that. Karen didn't call until after 7:30, maybe a little after.
Really? The body was discovered just after 7 a.m. I thought Dr. Yao had called you immediately.
No, I'm quite sure it was later. You said she might have been stressed. If she was, perhaps she put off calling me. Maybe she did it!
Check with her. Maybe
that Karen killed her.
Gotcha! Alright. Now you have to read more.
Well, I was already reading.
Well, read better.
If you were in the same fucking room as me.
What would you do? All you know how to wield is a pen.
I willed it well. You'd be a blind man.
Oh, you're so fucked, buddy.
We ready to stop pretending to be friends? I'll continue. let's put down this friendship act. Takes out the knife. Sorry, I didn't mean it. Come here. Bring it in.
Oh.
Sending you a virtual hug. 10%. Actually, deleting friendship. Deleting 10%. 20%.
No!
30%.
Wait!
Error! Real friendships can never be deleted. Send this to 10 of your friends.
Yeah, chain email this video to 10 friends. Wait for them to get to this part
if you send it to 10 friends, then you will achieve heaven. If you don't, then Tannen will appear in your house.
Yeah, and then it'll be too late. You have 26
It'll be too
hours.
late for heaven or hell.
You have 26 hours from the time of recording, so there's no possible way you can achieve this.
It's like Death Note. If you listen to Discovering SCP, you can either go to heaven or hell.
God damn.
Site 6 Psychiatric Evaluations. 2018/19 Summary. Wing G. Wing! Prepared by Dr. Nadine Grossenbacher. Subject name, Karen Yao. Role, Wing Supervisor. Evaluation grade, pass. I've achieved a passing grade in therapy. Michael Simpson, junior researcher. Evaluation grade, on watch. Stressed, withdrawn. Devadas Sengupta, security officer morning shift, pass. Owen Norca Jones, security officer afternoon shift, pass. Joseph Lowry, security officer night shift, pass, but see Wing G supervisor comments. D2825, D-class personnel, fail. What an epic fail on the psychiatry test.
Oh, that was the D class. I was like, fuck that lady, right?
No, that was the one before who had a mental breakdown because of it. Psychotic break, removed from Wing. D4986, D-class personnel, on watch, aggressive, antisocial. SP5002, NA, pass. SP blank, NA, pass. SP blank, NA, fail. I assume this is the one that can walk through walls.
Yeah, that one had a lot to say.
Yeah, I don't think they were doing too well mental. Well, they seemed happy enough, but
let's just say he did not pass the vibe check.
Yeah.
All right.
Interviewer,
we have the
Dr.
interview
Karen.
transcripts. Ooh, okay.
Well, yeah.
Are you the SCP or Dr. Yao?
I'll be Dr. Yao.
Got it.
How do you feel the novel is coming along?
Not bad. It's hard to tell until it's finished, but I'm relatively satisfied so far. Of course, it's only for an audience of 2.
Is that important to you, how your readers react?
Ooh, how do you feel about that as an author?
I feel it's very important, otherwise I'm just sort of shouting in an empty room.
Yeah,
there's no point. I might as well just
what was
think
the point
about
of
it.
Aetheril Space before it had its first reader?
Well, I set things up so that you're always giving me a reaction, so I've gamed the system.
Really?
Yeah.
I love Aetheril Space.
Exactly. See,
You have
get
no
instant
idea how
gratification.
obsessed I am with it. Like, when you gave me the prologue to read, I was like, this is cool, okay. But when Aetheril Space hit society, oh my god. It was like the good version of 9/11. My new thing is just relating everything to 9/11 for some reason. It's a very polarizing bit. Yeah, exactly. It's my one event. Yes and no. I started writing because I needed to. But I'd be lying if I said I didn't savor the reaction of a captivated reader. Sometimes it's like I'm writing 2 things simultaneously. One for the audience and a more personal meaning for myself.
Are you saying you understood the effect of what you were writing? That you were creating events for yourself?
You ask that question a great deal.
Well, I find it increasingly important, and you keep avoiding it. Were you deliberately controlling the characters in your novels?
Who controls whom? If a musician plays a piece, we don't say that the composer controlled the notes that we hear. My characters are just lines of music, and the readers bring them to life.
You're saying that the reader manipulates the character, but surely the author manipulates the reader.
That depends on the author. I always like to keep my audience guessing, but also to play fair with them. Oh, is there power like it's how whoever reads it interprets it?
Maybe. And did you know what your writing was doing?
Does any author know what effect their work will have once they emancipate it? Did Shakespeare know? Did Virginia Woolf? Anne Frank? Once a writer puts down their pen, all responsibility rests with the reader.
But in this case, you're the reader as well. Well, I guess you're going to tell me.
Only because you so love asking.
Fine, if you're going to be like that, we can talk about something else. Have you found writing a novel in an unaccustomed genre?
It's certainly a blessed relief to compose something more thematically challenging than red button, green button.
Have you tried other genres before?
Well, I found that the reading public has certain expectations, and it's difficult to contradict them. If they buy an Emma Hastings novel, they expect crime and investigation, not romance or high fantasy. If I didn't put a murder in, they would complain about its absence, and if I included it as a twist, they would complain that it didn't fit the genre. There was no winning.
So no aliens committing the crime, then?
Not if I knew it was good for me. With detective fiction, the simplest solution is usually the best. Money, love, revenge. These are the motives for murder, at least in stories. Anything else creates more questions than it answers.
So you were never tempted to write anything completely different?
I once outlined an idea for a conspiracy thriller, but my publisher was having none of it. Dramatic irony being what it is, the conspiracy thriller I ended up living in was far beyond my imagination.
I hope you understand why we have to keep you here.
Absolutely.
You're too
Would I prefer
freaky!
freedom? Yes.
Abnormal! Diseased!
I'm a creep! Would I prefer freedom? Yes, but I can comprehend the importance of what you do here. Or apprehend the importance. What? Apprehend?
Hey, get off me! Stop apprehending me!
Who wrote this?
Wow,
Come
cruel. Cruel and
Comprehend the importance of what you do here. And there are benefits to this life. I've learned a number of surprising things about myself. My work's appreciated, even demanded. I don't have to worry about village gossip or that of the literary press. Not everyone's necessarily sociable, of course.
Well, Michael and Joe are rude, but they'll come around. I know them. Just give them time.
I don't care, honestly. One source of intelligent conversation is enough for anyone.
Was that a compliment? Thank you. Parasocial relationship?
Don't get used to them, idiot.
Oh, this is like when I went to the other world.
Shut up.
Well, shall I let you get back to your work?
Thank you. It's a tricky section. I can write the test subject protagonist, I believe, but he needs a scene with the kindly scientist. I'm just not sure she's very convincing.
Enjoy. Let me know if you need any input.
Oh, manipulated.
SCP-5002 investigation update presentation. Continued. Oh, is this the fucking parlour? We're in the parlour now? The moving
What's
finger
the parlour?
plates. Date, 16th of December 2019. Wing G Common Room.
You ready to put on a bunch of hats?
Sure.
Which brings us back to today, and to me, sitting in a room full of liars!
What? Excuse me?
For instance, Officer Lowry was lying about his smoke break.
What the hell do you mean by that?
I think you were gone for longer than you said, officer, and you were drinking!
I was not.
It's boring in the middle of the night. You wanted to get a buzz on. You had your Jack Daniels to do it. Normally, you'd smuggle the bottle out at the end of your shift, but when you discovered 5002, you realized they wouldn't search the entire wing.
Opposite, they would search the entire wing.
You panicked and you hid the bottle in the containment chamber while Dr. Grossenbacher was examining the body.
No.
The bottle
Expert reversal. No.
The bottle is not on the cell's camera feed from overnight, but it does show up later in the morning, just after you were there. You can try to lie to me, but it won't work. In fact, the only person here who didn't lie to me is a murderer.
Thunder crashes outside. What are you saying?
I'm saying that, out of everyone here, only D4986 told me the truth. You are a killer, but you said that you didn't kill 5002, and I believe you.
You'll be the first. Then you suspect SCP Blank was the murderer.
It's funny you should mention them. The thing is, when everyone's lying, their lies contradict each other, and those contradictions can paint a picture. Even your studied weariness, Director, was a front, at least in part, although I'm sure it's quite tiring to be the subject of blackmail.
Blackmail? For what?
Better to ask, by who? Someone who worked in wings across the site, who could see evidence of SRA failures being covered up. Someone who had evidence that SCP had been breaching containment, who assumed they should bring a sexual assault kit to a murder scene. Someone who could trace D2825's mental breakdown back to continual attacks by SCP. Someone like Dr. Grossenbacher.
This is ludicrous!
Come on now. The director basically told me that you knew about the SRA failures. I assume this is the reason behind your sudden promotion to Chief Medical Officer?
Yes, God, yes. She told me she would inform Ricer that I'd been doctoring security records, putting staff at risk. She insisted on being made head of medical for the sites. Scheiskel!
You were lucky, Director. Just imagine what she would have asked you for if she knew what you were really up to.
What?
The reality anchors weren't malfunctioning, were they, Director? Malfunction should be randomly distributed, but as you said, 5002's chamber was never compromised, and yet SCP had clearly escaped regularly. He admitted it, and his series of attacks on D2825 confirms it. I think you were deliberately shutting down his SRA, letting him escape. There were just enough other errors to deflect suspicion, but never risking 5002's containment. And you controlled room allocations. You must have placed SCP in Wing G, even though he's hardly a low-risk humanoid. You wanted him to attack 5002. You wanted him to assault her, to terrorize her.
Jesus! Amber, you monster! That is an extremely serious allegation, Agent. I hope you can support it with more than speculation.
You always showed an interest in 5002, but you were relaxed about Dr. Yao's slow progress. You wanted to know that 5002 was suffering.
Level 5 access? I never would have... But why?
I didn't know that until I spoke to the director's divorce lawyer. He confirmed that she was in London the night of the killing. He also confirmed that she had changed back to her maiden name. Evelyn May was previously Eve Holloway, mother of Kate Holloway, murdered in 2017 as a result of 5002's anomaly. I don't know what strings you had to pull to try to get your revenge, Director, but I don't think your death will bring you any peace.
You don't know anything. My baby was murdered. If that animal could die 1,000 times, it would never be enough. How can you say that about her?
How can you say her, Michael?
Oh, shit.
After all, it wasn't the Director who brought a knife into 5002's containment, did she?
I didn't...
You kept up that stony facade for a while, Michael. But now the cracks are showing. All that stress you were under, it wasn't from your thesis. You were fine until you got assigned to anomalous humanoid testing, and then something changed. Dr. Yao treated them like people, and you realized that they were. I think he crossed a line for you. I think you joined the Serpent's Hand. Ooh, the way. See, told you.
God, oh. How do you know?
I wasn't entirely sure, but it fits. He was so startled when I mentioned the knife, and he remembered seeing it in the dishwasher. For him, that was unexpected. He just happened to have an urgent personal appointment immediately after the murder. On the same day, a way mysteriously appears next to the site. That was his escape route. He was meant to break 5002 out, maybe some other skips, and then disappear the next morning in the confusion.
Then why did he kill her?
I think you waited... What? I think you waited up that night, Michael. Everyone knew that Officer Lowry would take a smoke break at 2 a.m., and you knew he would rattle the door to 5002's cell as he left. That was your signal. You took the knife from the kitchen, used your copy of the keycard to open the chamber. You knew it would show up on the security report, but you assumed you'd be long gone by then.
But it didn't show up.
I'm getting to that. You offered 5002 the knife for protection, didn't you, Michael? And then you told her to escape before Officer Lowry came back. But she wouldn't leave, would she?
No, she refused.
And I think she told you why.
Yes. I'm sorry, Karen. I kept asking her to go, and then she said that she wanted to stay because she was sleeping with Dr. Yao.
Exactly. Quiet, everyone. There's more to be said. Michael, once SCP-5002 told you, you left the containment chamber. You were flustered. You rushed straight back to your room and you left the knife.
I know if he's because of the security room, he's flustered, they're sleeping together. It's so
he
embarrassing.
learned that she was a lesbian and instantly...
He turned red.
Sanity. Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
Did the SCP tell you that she had slept with Dr. Yao that same evening? That's correct, isn't it, Dr. Yao?
Karen! Why is Director May fucking
Karen!
scandals?
Were you sleeping with the test subject?
But she did much worse.
Yeah.
She was a monster.
Continue.
Yeah. You don't understand. Emma and I were in love. She was a wonderful woman.
Your research made slow progress, just to keep Emma near you. How long had you been seeing her? 3 months? 4? Long enough to work out how to edit the camera system in advance so it looked like she was alone in her cell every night. Strange. I wouldn't have looked at the footage so closely if I hadn't been trying to work out where the Jack Daniels bottle had come from.
There.
And
I thought I was an ally.
And you had access to the security system so you could clear any keycard access before the records were submitted to Central. I presume that's why it took you so long to call the director on the morning of the murder. You saw that Michael had opened 5002's cell. Perhaps you were trying to decide whether to risk exposing your secret in order to implicate him.
I saw he unlocked the cell, but I knew he couldn't have killed Emma. I wanted to talk to him, there was no time.
I think you must almost have run into each other that night. You were in the containment chamber with Emma before Officer Lowry started shift. You heard him rattle the doors he left at 2 a.m., just like Michael did. That was your signal to leave. You must have returned to your room just as Michael left his. Perhaps you passed him while he was in the kitchen getting the knife.
And then what? She went back later and stabbed the bitch in her sleep?
I don't think so. Thwarted love's a good motive for murder. But 5002 wasn't stabbed in her sleep. There was blood all over her bedclothes, not just near the wounds.
That's right.
It's more likely that she was stabbed standing up, then wrapped in the sheets and dragged back to the bed. And there's something you've all forgotten. Something that Dr. Yao missed when she wiped the security records.
Do you ever get to the point? What do you mean? When I left, I didn't lock the cell door.
Correct. Like leaving the knife behind, you forgot in your rush, until you realized in our interview and you knew something was wrong.
For God's sake, what?
Michael signaled to move. Dr. Yao signaled to leave. It was Officer Lowry rattling the containment door on his way out to smoke. But Officer Lowry shook the door every time he passed it, in both directions.
Oh.
He came back from his break, shook the door, and found it was open. And you went inside, didn't you, officer?
Answer her.
You were a little drunk. You started arguing with 5002.
Officer Lowry?
And she told you about her and Dr. Yao.
Joe?
She flaunted it at you, and you couldn't take it. You grabbed the knife.
You're just like her, you know? You think you're so fucking smart. You think you're so much better than me just because you went to college and I'm some night janitor. She could have loved me, not that anomalous whore. Joe, what did you...
I know you liked him, Dr. Yao, but you were too kind. You glossed over the issues on his psychiatric report. Maybe you knew about his drinking, but every good thing you did for him just fed his infatuation with you.
Shut up, just shut up, you bitch.
You hadn't planned ahead, but everything you did after you killed her was clever, even daring. Emma must have told you about the doctored camera, so you knew you hadn't been filmed. You left the cell, put the knife in the dishwasher, went back to the security station, and waited calmly for morning. You made sure to discover the body with D4986 as a witness, and took Dr. Yao's key to hide the fact that the door was unlocked. You gambled that Dr. Yao would wipe the door records to conceal her affair, or perhaps you were still trying to protect her. You carefully rolled the corpse over to explain any traces of blood on your clothing. And then you guarded the scene just to be safe.
Can we get security in, please?
Leaving the Jack Daniels was a mistake, of course, but you didn't want to draw suspicion, so you were desperate.
Fucking Lowry.
You almost got lucky. So many other things were going on, your actions might have been obscured. But in fact, the solution in this case was one of the simplest explanations, and one of the oldest motives.
We had a request from this room. This man has been detained for questioning in connection with murder.
You can take him away, officer.
5002 investigation. Final report. Afterward. Author. Agent Ellen O'Connor. Hey, it's you. What does it say?
No, it's you.
Well, you've been voicing this character.
My tummy hurts. It's your turn.
Your tummy hurt because you drank too much, because you were there.
Can you just read the freaking piece?
Okay. I'll let it go for now. On further reflection upon this investigation, I wish to qualify my earlier conclusions. While I continue to believe that Officer Joseph Lowry is responsible for the killing of the SCP, I would recommend a degree of leniency from Foundation authorities when it comes to his sentence. In short, I am not certain that Officer Lowry is guilty of murder. The facts of this case are extremely complex, and while many of the parties responsible have admitted to their actions, there is the question of the involvement of the SCP. The key issue which remains outstanding is whether the SCP's own anomaly led to her killing. Starting with the basics, it appears that the SRA's and 5002 cells were operative, and were effective in preventing anomalous activity within the containment chamber. Equally, there are no written materials by the SCP which correspond to the events of the 14th of December. I am, however, struck by the presence of those blank pages in the SCP's containment, cut into patterns of empty space. It is possible that, on further investigation of the SCP's novel, this will be revealed to be a Grill cipher, revealing particular words and phrases in the text to form a secondary work. Could that work have been separately read by the SCP, causing different effects? So that's clever. Did you get it?
Damn. No, wait, can you say it one more time? Sorry,
Well,
I read ahead.
This guy's not listening.
No, I was reading ahead, sorry.
But you didn't... This guy got future vision but a present vision.
Well, alright, real quick, what did you read over just now?
This was revealed to be a Grill cipher, revealing particular...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's clever.
It is clever.
Testing logs suggest this may be possible. I reckon this is investigated as a priority. In the meantime, ontological anomalies are notoriously difficult to detect. Perhaps the best method can be employed by future readers of this report. Has my work been structured as you would expect? First, a summary of my conclusions, and then the evidence to justify those conclusions? Has it instead taken a narrative tone? If true, my hypothesis may absolve Officer Lowry of some responsibility, as the death of Emma Hastings would effectively be a suicide. It would also raise more questions than answers. What was the SCP's motive for self-harm? If she made Lowry kill her, did she make Dr. Yao love her? Did she make Director May hate her? How far back does the chain reach? I was born when the SCP was not yet 4 years old, well before she ever started writing. Joseph Lowry is 10 years older than the SCP. I believe that my life is my own. I believe that I choose my actions, that I think my thoughts, that they are not given to me. I believe that I am real. Reader, I very much hope that you feel the same way, about me and about yourself.
Ooh, got a little meta at the end.
Yeah. What do you...
I like this one.
It's like, you really killed her, the girl reading this.
I thought this was pretty well put together. It was fun. Obviously, there were some spelling typos. There were some parts that were...
the fact that we did have to take a break in the middle may have affected it as well, yeah.
Yeah, but I like this one a lot.
It's a good mystery.
I'll give that one a solid 11 out of 10.
It's a good whodunit.
Yeah.
I really do like having the parlour meet up, because that's what it is. At the end,
It was pretty good.
Thunder crashing through the windows.
Alright, now we have some comments to read, some ancient comments.
Wow.
Let me get that open. Oh, my tummy hurts, Tan.
Wow.
Can you...
That's crazy.
You ready for this?
Yeah, sure. So what these people said?
Oh, there's a spider. Hang on. Hey, bud.
He's dealing with the spider right now.
Yeah. Okay. XX Misery Smiles XX says, "Hey guys, I'm a big fan of your podcast, and a long time ago I asked if you'd read a thing I wrote. You said you would, but ended up going on hiatus afterwards. If you guys are still willing, I'd really, really like it if you read SCP-7916. It took a long time to write, and I'm really proud of it. Even if not, thank you for making this content regardless. It really brightens my day. Best wishes. Please keep doing what you do."
We'll read it next episode. No, wait, no, not next episode. Episode after that.
So this is fucked, because I don't want to forget to read it again. I feel terrible, but we did promise a guest we'd have them on next. Someone, I want to remember to read this stuff.
We'll remember. Remind us next week as well.
You have our blessing. You have the mandate of heaven to remind us about this.
Do the day one of asking discover SCP.
Yeah. Only you get to do it, Misery Smiles. No one else. If anyone else
give you the special authority.
It will be destroyed. Yeah.
If anyone who does harm on you will experience the same harm sevenfold.
But our next few episodes are booked up.
That's right. Yeah, giving you the mark of Cain.
However,
anything you farm will turn to dust.
Shithalia says, "Oh, I remember this. I remember hating that creep who can walk through walls. Damn, I already figured out the answer 15 minutes in." Also, Arcadian Laksha says, "Great episode, y'all. Absolute gold. Y'all should read SCP-5549, Second Sin part of Red Tape Canon connected to Amani Ram, or 3998, The Wicker Witch."
Maybe.
The Unknown Character says, "Hi there. I used to listen to your Discovering SCP episodes during work via Spotify, and now I have caught up. So I listen every Friday, which improves my Friday by a lot. And if I don't comment about what happened in this episode, that's why. And I know it's going to be good. Just can't wait until Friday." MT2K21 says, "Holy shit! I remember listening to the Exploring Series video on this SCP almost 2 years ago. It was on a jog. It was a cloudy night with strong winds but no rain. Don't know why I remembered that when I don't remember what I had for breakfast yesterday. Just got a huge sense of deja vu. JJK update? I'm surprised." Yeah, the JJK has been fucking nuts lately. You saw the latest leaks, right?
Well, yeah, we can keep it up.
So you know?
I know.
He's home.
I don't believe it.
It's probably a hallucination.
Yeah, it's a vision.
But if it was real, the girly pops will be thriving. Yeah. Harbinger6 says, "Always a great time listening to DSP every week. Always fun reading along. So far, this article is quite fun. Detective mystery with SCP is fun combo." Lastly, Noir Dolphin 343 says, "I finally caught up! I've been listening for over a year and going overtime to get here before 200. Also, my Spotify Wrapped was in the top 4% of listeners. I will be top 1 next time. Keep up the good work.
Could it be
Give that a
one of
like.
the top 5 Discovery Saints? This pressure.
He will be indoctrinated into the hall. It's so weird seeing that we have nearly an entirely new group of commenters. Like all the old heads, they just hang out on our server now.
Yeah. Start commenting, you worms!
Yeah, but thank you guys for watching as always. Sorry again for the delay.
I can't believe we
and also
got a
sorry
comment
the
from
first
Dino
20 minutes of
Adolphin.
this episode was nonsense.
That's what I say this every time. That's what they're here for. If they hear an episode,
Yeah, but at least usually our nonsense is funny. We were just like talking.
I enjoyed it, so
I always enjoy talking.
I enjoy it, and quite frankly, that's the only thing I care about.
I care about you.
Yeah, but I care about you because I enjoy you. Smile.
Aww. Hug.
I mean, like if you were like unpleasant,
Sending virtual hug.
If you were like unpleasant and I didn't enjoy you, you'd be a corpse.
I'd fucking gut you in the streets.
They'd be like, "Oh, sorry, you bore me now," and I'd like punch your head off.
Well, thank you guys for punching my head off, and I'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.